You guys are back here. Thank you for joining me. What a way to end out the year. I lost to Nottingham Forest. We are just absolutely crap this season. No consistency, absolutely no foundation, nothing. Our wins against certain teams that we think is going to be a bit of a kickstart, a new dawn, was just false. Yeah, it is one of the weirdest things, but we know why we lost to Nottingham Forest. It's McTominay. It's the lack of a midfield. Once again, a lack of fight, a lack of passion, no desire, the same old story, same old issues. Nobody marking on the edge of the box and we concede. Nobody in midfield trying to stay in their position and it leaves us open and teams just run at us. Ten Hag hasn't solved any of those problems. He is also to blame for yesterday's loss. Why take off Kobe Mainoo? I have no clue why he did that. That was a very, very bad decision, considering he knows how McTominay was playing in the previous games. What did he think McTominay was going to come on and score 2 goals again? We had to keep Mainoo on the pitch so that we can stay in control, so that we can actually move the ball. Kobe Mainoo in the first half was putting out fires before they even started. That in itself tells you the job that he was doing, quiet, but doing his job. And that is why the likes of Varane and Evans did not have to work as hard. But in the second half, when McTominay came on, no protection, no midfield. I said Bruno, Eriksson, and McTominay, when I knew that was going to be the midfield in the second half, I said I smell trouble. And look what happened, we lost. I didn't expect us to lose. And especially when Rashford scored, great work by Garnacho and a calm finish by Rashford. I thought at that moment, now we're going to push on to get the winner. 5 minutes later, we're conceding again. And I say it's McTominay's fault because for that very first goal, he's not in his position marking on the edge of the box. He ain't seeing and tracking runners. In the second goal, he's jogging back aimlessly and again, not on the edge of the box, marking and tracking a runner. Why does Ten Hag persist to play him? I do not know. This doesn't make sense to me. But he did, and he made the mistake, and we lost because of it. But these are the same issues that still haven't been resolved in the team. And again, there was a lack of fight, a lack of passion, desire. The likes of Bruno and Rashford, etc. I saw their faces after that second goal went in, and they looked like they did not want to be there. They could not give a damn about actually trying to get the win. They weren't playing for us. They're playing for themselves. That isn't a team. And yes, the likes of Casemiro, Martinez, Mount, etc., Shaw, all these players to return. That in itself changes our whole starting 11 and our team dynamic because we would have more leaders on the pitch. But too many times, these players just don't care. They give up and they just allow the game to run out and we end up losing. I'm not going to be speaking about the same things. I ain't going to be ranting because if that is what you are doing, then you certainly do not see the bigger picture. I wasn't angry yesterday when we conceded those 2 goals because I saw exactly the problem. I saw that this was going to happen. We could see it a mile away when McTominay came on. And there was a moment in the game as well when Johnny Evans was telling McTominay just stay in the midfield. Just watch anyone coming and try and mark them in midfield. And literally when Evans was done, McTominay just walked away and shrugged him off. Such a poor attitude to have, and he's supposedly Scotland's player of the year. So these type of players are the ones who should have been gone. And it's not all the players' fault. Ten Hag has made the mistakes as well. Continuing to play the likes of McTominay, the likes of Bruno and Rashford. I know Bruno's our captain, but he hasn't been performing at the level that he should be. I don't care if he's creating chances. He ain't getting assists and he ain't scoring goals. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Creating chances is fine, but there needs to be an end product. Same with Rashford. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. He wasn't pressing enough. And let me not even start talking about Anthony. For goodness sake, Anthony is so abysmal. What the hell? Does he call himself a Brazilian? I'm so upset with Ten Hag for actually going to spend that amount of money on Anthony, where the likes of Mohamed Kudus was there for much cheaper and he's clearly a much better player. And when Ahmad came on, he did more than Anthony did the entire time he was on the pitch. He moved more, he passed more, he was more lethal and a threat when he had the ball at his feet. And you could see the way Nottingham Forest knew that they started doubling up on him. They didn't double up on Anthony. We simply need to have consistency, but we can't keep saying this. We are going to have to see changes by the likes of Sir Jim and Sir Dave Brailsford. Sir Alex was sitting there and he saw this absolutely piss poor performance. The likes of John Murta was there and he can be 100% to blame for the absolute trash that we are seeing on the pitch. The amount of money that he sent out and the salaries that he gave these players, Jadon Sancho couldn't give a damn about what's happening on the pitch for Man United. And that's another problem in itself. I'm not saying if he was playing yesterday we would have had a better game, but that is a problem that Ten Hag had to deal with. And that is why you see these things on the pitch. Hoyland was again ill, and you see we needed him yesterday. We don't have a striker other than Hoyland, because Martial certainly should be gone and probably might be gone in January. Change has to come in 2024. We simply cannot have this continue game in, game out. There has to be change. Onana's off to the AFCON, and pray that he certainly gets a bit of confidence there and a bit of a break away from United, because he can't save anything. Morgan Gibbs White, when he took that shot, it was bending backwards into him. Better footwork, and he probably saves that. I hate to say it, but the gear saves that. Other goalkeepers in the Premier League saved that shot. It wasn't that great of a shot. We certainly were not passing the ball enough. We ain't crossing the ball because there's nobody to cross the ball to. And look what happened when we eventually pressed him and we showed a bit of fight. We scored a goal. We need to see changes in 2024. It has to be a different year. We cannot play the same way. And if Ten Hag continues to persist with the likes of McTominay, starting him or bringing him on, and we lose because of this, he's going to lose his job, and we probably are going to have another manager. I'm not saying he should be fired. I want him to succeed. I think under a better regime with better players, we can see exactly what he wants to implement and execute at Man United. But right now, the decisions he's making is and can certainly get him fired. And there would be no argument against it, because he simply has put the nail in his own coffin, if I have to put it this way. But it is that final game of the year, and our next game is Wigan in the FA Cup. We know Onana won't be there. Bayender might play. If Onana's here, to be selfish and to do so, Bayender needs to play at least that game before Spurs. So there has to be changes in 2024. With that being said, I want to say, have a happy new year. Spend it with your family, and I hope that the year will be good and prosperous for you. And with whatever you want to do, I hope that it brings you good fortune and positive results. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve and a New Year's. We'll see each other again in the new week, in the new year. And of course, till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.